What's going on, everybody? It's kind of a windy Wednesday here, Northeast Ohio. Second week of October. I'm out here tonight to Maiden the Sloooooow Ultra Stick from Horizon Hobby, Eflite. I did the unboxing, the build video, I think earlier this week or last weekend. I've been waiting for the weather to get good all week, and I think this is about as good as it's going to get. I'm excited about this. I don't like to Maiden airplanes in the wind, and it's kind of breezy today. Mainly because I have a hard time trimming them out when it's windy like that. But it'll be okay. A couple of things. Just so you guys know, I'm a regular flyer. I'm not sponsored. I don't do competitions. I'm just a guy who belongs to a club and likes to fly airplanes and record it while I talk to myself. So that being said, this is a very basic, all my videos are going to be very basic, regular guy videos. I'm not going to do anything fancy, but I will go over I'm not an expert, but I will go over a couple of things. I'm going to fly this on the 3S2200 battery. It's going to go all the way touching this plastic part. That's where the CG was best at. I've already bound this to my radio, tested the CG, made sure that the directions were going the right way, or the controls were going the right way in every direction. Just a couple of things, for people that have not been flying a long time, a few things to remember when you assemble your planes out of the box, and something I didn't talk about when I did the build video, but you see like right here where this clevis is, there's that rubber band. Always make sure that you put that on there. It's going to keep that clevis over top of your control horn so it doesn't slip off. You never know what might happen, and you don't want to lose a plane over that whatever 0.000001% of a penny rubber band. The other thing is trim. When you Maiden a plane, I always hear people giving a lot of clicks of trim, and what happens is sometimes you run out of trim in the air, which is bad. What you always have to do when you are assembling your plane, you bind it to your radio, go ahead and trim up, your control surfaces manually. You got to take this control horn off of there and make sure that is real level. And that way, when you get it in the air and you start giving it clicks of trim, you're not going to run out of trim. That's about it. I'm kind of giving this a few more minutes for the wind to die all the way down. I'm going to take it up. Stick around if you want to see it fly. All right, guys, I'm out here. Wind is blowing right into my face, which is good. It's coming right across our field on the north. Whenever I'm Maiden a plane, I like to take off directly away from me. I don't know why. I think it's just because I'm afraid of torque roll. The wind's not bad right now. And I've heard this plane is good in wind. I have not flown this plane, but I have flown a friend's stick that was out here at the club. So like I said, this one's not trimmed or anything yet. I've heard that they're good in the wind, but I've not flown one in the wind, so we're gonna see. All right, here we go. Throttle cut off. And it's up. It's really, wow. Does need a little bit of up. Wow, this thing is pretty snappy. Could use like some expo, I think. I mean, you can definitely tell like the wind's blowing just like a little bit. It's not bad. It's got a lot of throw. Might need like a little bit of expo. I didn't put any expo in it. Again, of course, it's kind of hard to tell because it's a windy Maiden. Wow, totally sideways. Not really digging that crosswind too much, that much I can tell you. Likes to float a lot, that's for sure. Okay, not the world's best landing, but that's it. As you can see, the windsock is sticking pretty much straight out. I'm gonna see if I get a little bit better out of it this time, so I can just get it trimmed a little bit better. Again, checking everything, taking off in low rates. Throttle cuts off, here we go. And I'm already like 1,000 times happier with it. Man, it's like so snappy. I guess I could have added a little bit more. I could have added some expo. I still didn't. I actually forgot to do it. Man, a little bit of inverted flight. You know, this is not the Maiden flight. This is the Maiden +1 flight. But you're still going to see that I'm going to stay a few mistakes high. I'm not going to press my luck, as they say. Like I said before, you know, I'm not an expert pilot. I'm a guy who, average club member, likes to come out here, record airplanes, talk to himself. Yeah, I'm so much happier with it. Still needs, there we go. I just can't get, it's like so weird to fly it because there's nothing to it. That's perfect right there. Now she's dialed in. That's low rates and it's still, ooh, wow. Let's go to mid rates. I've seen some videos of guys like really flying these things well. It's amazing to see what really skilled guys can do. Not when you're, you know, average Joe like me, but somebody that's really good at flying. I mean, I'm not bad at flying. I don't want to sell myself short, but it is what it is. Go to high rates for a minute. Let's see what she does. Wow. Yeah, she's gonna snap a lot. Wow. I mean, it's not bursting with power. But I mean, I guarantee you, a guy could really have a lot of fun with it. I mean, I'm having fun with it right now, and it's basically flying around in circles. It's so crazy because there's there's nothing to it, and I think this is like one of those planes that it's probably gonna it would be like a conversation starter if somebody's seen it, because they'd be like, man, that, you know, my wife, when she saw it, she said, will that even fly? It looks like it's a half a plane. And I said, yeah, I've seen it fly. Like I said, I flew one of these back at the beginning of the summer when a club member got one. And I thought, you know, that thing looks cool. And it's been out of stock, and I just happened to be at a hobby shop north of where I live, and they had one in stock, and it was cheaper than retail, and I didn't have to buy or pay for shipping on it, and so I win. They said the Maiden flight, it was a little bit sketchy because of the wind. I mean, you can see this thing, this is no throttle right now, and it's carrying that much. And power back up, bring it around. Well, that landing was better than the first landing for sure. All right, guys, third flight of the Sloooooow Ultra Stick. Trying to get this in because I'm starting to lose light, so here we go. Yeah, now I'm starting to get used to it. Like I said, third flight. I might have been a little bit hard on it the first flight. I think I might have actually said something stupid like, well, it's not very fast, which I guess that would be why it's called the Sloooooow Ultra Stick. So forgive my stupidity on that one. I couldn't wait to fly it again, honestly, and it seemed like my battery was taking forever to charge because I only brought a small charger out here today. Nothing will teach you patience like a battery charged to 99% or 4.19. You just sit there and stare at it. I always enjoy the third flight more than the maiden flight, mostly because usually by the third flight all the nerves are out and the crazy heavy breathing has stopped. which I know I'm not the only one that does that because I watch other Maiden videos, but mine seems to be really bad. I watched a video one time, I'm like, my gosh, everybody's gonna think that my field is like the runway's at the top of a hill. No, it's not, folks. I'm just nervous and maybe a tad out of shape. What's crazy is like I can hear the wheels like spinning in the air as I'm flying. It's kind of funny. It's really the only noise that it makes. I really have no complaints about this. Well, that's not true. My one complaint is I do not like the battery strap. I don't like this battery strap that Eflite or Horizon has started using on their airplanes. There's like no, like, it doesn't make a loop. It just like secures to itself, which I don't like that. The Habu has the same thing. I just feel like it's gonna fall off and I don't like it. You know, my motto is, you know, it's all about the strap. You gotta stay strapped or get clapped. I don't want my plane getting clapped. I'm not even sure what getting clapped means. I'm very white. That's the opposite of very white. Very white. As you can tell by the third flights when I start to make stupid jokes. It's kind of hard to do a low pass with this because it slows down so much. Or it floats so much. It's like you have to get it low and stay on the throttle, which I hate to do. You know, this would be like a really cool, I don't even say it because people are going to get on me, but this would make a very cool ultra micro to make a smaller version of this for indoor flying. So, once again, to the good people at Horizon Hobby, if you're trying to come up with some ideas for planes, the UMX ugly stick, that's what the people want. Got about a minute left. I've been getting about 5-minute flights. 5-minute flights are taking it down to about 30%. The second flight, it was at 30%. The first flight on 5 minutes, I was still at 54%. I have not flown it that hard this flight, so I think I might go a little bit over what I have my timer on. Plus, I'm just enjoying myself and I don't want to land. So there's that. I know you guys probably hate that I'm turning into the sun so much. There you go. There's a turn that's not in the sun. How about that? That's my timer. I'm going to ignore that for about another minute, I think, and see what it takes my battery to. I mean, it's a really cool slow flyer, obviously, hence the name, the slow stick. If you watch the whole video, and this is the third flight you've seen, I appreciate you sticking around. I don't know if you guys saw what I did there, but the plane is also called the Stick. So I made a joke about it. This is like, I'm just flying it at like half throttle. I'm like at 6 minutes right now. I don't have telemetry like some fancy people do because I don't use smart batteries. So I would actually have to land it and test the battery. So I'm just going to land it and call it an evening. I give this flight a pretty good rating. Just bringing it in, gonna let it sit down slow, hoping for my best landing, and there it goes. Third flight's the charm, everybody. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you hanging out and watching the video. I know that the videos have already been made about this plane, but you know, what can I say? I got one when I could get it. It's the Sloooooow Ultra Stick. Very cool, slow flying plane. I'm gonna give this one a 4-star rating. I like it. I've never flown a plane that's built like this one before, so it's something different for me for sure. Like I said, my biggest complaint is I will be switching out that battery strap. I really do like the just the color of the plane too. I like the color scheme of it. The other one good thing is I didn't have any problem with the landing gear. I heard the landing gear a week. I don't want to jinx myself, but as you can see, I didn't bounce it on too hard, so it wasn't really a problem. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. You know, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have this plane, if you like it. If you've done something to it, let me know. I know some people have done flapper-ons. Anyway, if you have any suggestions about anything, you know, leave something in the comments. We'll talk about airplanes. Have a great evening, guys. Bye.